Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of A Coffee with Chris, the social media show that helps you create impact. As always, brought to you in association with our charity partners, Big C, who help local people affected by cancer, and Game Plan Coffee, Paddy Scott's special coffee partnership. We heard all about that last week in the previous episode with the High Performance Foundation. Every single bag of this coffee you buy helps them support the work of the High Performance Foundation, funding programs to help young people across the UK develop the mindset and tools to thrive in life, not just survive it. If you are addicted to coffee like I am, and you believe in giving young people a fair shot at their own high performance, grab yourself a bag of Game Plan Coffee. Links to the description. It is delicious. Of course, this podcast is also sponsored by the fantastic Oliver Hill of Hill Coaching Company, Gemma Crane from Mindset HR, and Callum Howard from Limitless Film and Media. Delighted today to be joined by a really good video specialist, Ash Chaudhri. Ash, welcome to Coffee with Chris. Why do videos suck, and why is it so important that you get this attention piece right when it comes to business video content?
I love how brutal it is, straight from the get-go. Like, the title of the video is why is no one watching your videos? That's just more brutal than I think. Come on, for us, yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's not the most important thing. Everyone's on social media now, right? Everyone's watching, everyone's like scrolling, everyone's doom scrolling even, like, and it is the most important thing a business can have. You know, like, people, like strangers across the world, you see the reach that people get on TikTok, like out of nowhere. You know, if you scroll through TikTok, you can see like the most random things will pop up out from nowhere, like this middle, like this across the country, you know, like, and you would have never have thought that. Just you would never have seen it in the first place. Depending on what social media you're using, but yeah, anyone can find you, anyone can reach out, anyone can see what you are. Everyone Googles whatever a company is on stuff nowadays. Everyone looks at their social media. Everyone wants to follow it as well. You know, they don't want to follow, but like, what I'm trying to say, sorry, is you know, people want to follow it. People want to see what's going on. People want to see a story, right?
Absolutely. And one of the things that I want to ask you the why about, Ash, is like, why is it important that founders, managing directors, C-suite execs, anyone that's an external facing individual within a business, why is it important for them to get on camera, to lean into video content? Because I feel like now we're kind of in this kind of messy middle where people are still hiding behind their corporate banner, and that's okay. But surely the results are way better if you can get on camera yourself and build a personal brand. Do you agree with that?
So are you going to look at an infographic with words and text and logo, or are you more likely to watch someone talk to you face to face? You know, like, our brains are wired to, you know, look at human faces. You know what I mean? And like, when you put your face in front of it, it's a personality there already. You know, you're showing a personality. You're showing a side of the business or something. You're showing a whole personality there, which people can actually connect to and relate to. Maybe relate, maybe not, but they're still going to be interested in your personality. It's like having a conversation with someone. You know, you're putting yourself on someone's screen.
Ash, I couldn't agree more with you. And I've realized this more in fatherhood, and I've just woken up to this. I'm doing lots of learning at the moment around babies and how they kind of learn and develop. And one of the things that they see and they register is this face.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you do a peekaboo or something. Like.
Yeah, and that's something that seems to be forgotten. And people are like, well, no, hang on a minute. Like, literally, we're hardwired as babies in the world to look at a human face in quite close format, right? So that, again, this is psychology, Ash. This isn't just marketing waffle, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. All you need to do is look at a phone yourself, look at feed yourself, and then see where it leads you.
True, so true. Ash, how does someone get started if someone's perhaps not done video content, they've not got themselves on camera before? Obviously, you advise various individuals and businesses on this yourself. What are the starting steps when it comes to getting on camera and delivering something that actually works and grabs attention?
It is nerve-wracking at first, 100%. People aren't used to being on camera. People don't want to be on camera sometimes, you know. It's nerve-wracking. It's so nerve-wracking. And people just don't want to do it straight up, you know, like, people would just be uncomfortable, fairs. But even if it's just like a picture or something, even that kind of, as long as there's a face there, or you can get someone else in the business who like more comfortable talking about stuff, or even you can even do it as just as quick as like a selfie video or something. It's just literally filming like on a story, like, hey guys, I'm doing this, like, we're doing this or we're doing that, like we're introducing this for our business or something. It's literally just as simple as that. It's literally like showing your phone like a selfie, recording your phone like this, recording your face like that. It can be as simple as that. It doesn't need to be, like uptight and polished as much. Like if you're just starting off, you can just be simple, and people will still connect to a face.
So with you, and great, honest, brutally truthful starting steps. Just pick up a phone and get going, right? I think everyone's bogged down in the tools, the all of the gear and no idea, so to speak. But there is an element
sometimes, yes, yeah, exactly, man. Sometimes people, like when you try and do content, it's like 50 different takes, and sometimes people don't want to do it in front of someone else. That's fine. Like if you have to do it yourself and do 50 different takes, so be it. But as long as you got like a little clean 10 to 15 seconds at the end of the day, that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be like a minute, like it needs to be just 10, 15 seconds of you talking to a phone, to your camera by yourself, like you don't, like I said, you don't need a massive camera, you don't need a team to watch you, and everything. So yeah.
When it comes to the 50 takes thing, Ash, obviously that will resonate with so many people because of course this is happening all of the time. What are the sorts of things that people are stopping, wanting to start again for? Because I believe that if you're making little mistakes, if you are using, if it's, there you go, I've done one there, there's those kind of pauses, those natural kind of human conversational points that we all do when we're maybe a bit nervous or under pressure or we're doing something live like we're doing today. I wonder if people should just roll with it rather than cutting and starting the whole thing and trying to be a robot.
It works two ways, right? So firstly, because we do it all the time, right? And like sometimes if you just want to say like, hey guys, like I'm playing at this place, so like this weekend I'm gonna be playing here and here, I've got a bag of new and after it's like sometimes your mind just kind of goes off, and like some people's minds just go off and like they ramble on, they're like, you know what I mean, and you can't put that in, obviously not, otherwise it makes you feel awkward, you know what I mean. So it is good to just get like a clean sweep of just one straight sentence, and then you'll feel confident in yourself. You'll feel more confident and comfortable in yourself than putting that out, rather than you wouldn't want to put a video of you out like stuttering and everything like that. It just doesn't make sense. So as long as you're confident in yourself as well when you put that out, and that you've got like a good clean take like that, then perfect. The second thing I'm going to say though, the second way we can do it is bloopers always kind of turn out well. Like the bloopers always get good tractions for videos as well. If you do have like a little hiccup or where someone's cussed or something, I always put that at the front of the video, or like a little giggle or something. I always put that at the front of the video because it just shows personality, right? And that's one of the most important things is showing personality,
Yes.
So that's what you want to do, really, ideally, is show that personality. But that, and like having bloopers at the start does help with that,
That's so interesting because people would hide those or maybe not even publish them. And the fact that you're saying now, no, put them in at the start. It's that relatability, Ash. It's something that we've spoken about on this podcast with various guests. So many people forget about relatability. How do you become relatable? How do you resonate with your target market, your audience, your customers? That's by humor quite often, isn't it? This gets me into the next point, Ash. I must ask you about the science of attention. It's what got me connected with yourself through your work with It's Gonzo's in Norwich. Your videos for those guys, they grabbed my attention like nothing I've ever seen before. I'd love for you to kind of, I don't know whether you can share your blueprint or your kind of your strategy or your editing techniques. How does a business get people hooked and then keep them hooked?
It's a hard one because, like with the science behind it, right? It's there's so much behind it. Sorry, let me start again with that. Tell me the question again.
No, you're fine, matey. We're doing live. This is show business. This is what it's all about. I was only just essentially saying your videos for Gonzo's are absolutely awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
How do you grab the attention? How do you keep people hooked in?
Especially with Gonzo's specifically, right? you've got a personality like Mikey, for example, who absolutely just, you know, like he's a character in himself. He grabs everyone's attention. He's that personality that is perfect for the camera, right? So, and I said to him, like, when we started, we were just sharing flyers. I was like, no, we need to get you like on as a face of it. Like, the place needs a face, and that's what's gonna like that's what's gonna place needs a face, and that's what's gonna build traction. That's what's gonna get people going. We need to, if you want to like, you know, boost your business a bit more, we need to focus on that. And because he's such a big personality, like it just works so well. Whenever that guy's in front of the camera, it just works so well. Like he can just do a hook. He slaps a table, hook gone, and then even that just takes the attention away as well. Like as soon as he slams his hand on the table, then yeah, he's got people's attention. And plus, like, people aren't really used to a Canadian accent, or people aren't really used to Canadian on the screen either, you know.
So Ash, before I really, I do want to know more. That's how we're getting attention, and I do want to ask you about how you keep attention. But I just want to ask you a sub question underneath this. I think lots of businesses are afraid of using their I'll call them less polished people. They almost believe that they need the robots, the people that are very well spoken. But for example, we're here in Norfolk. If you've got someone within your organization that's a right all Norfolk boy, like that again, it resonates. It's relatable. Would you agree with that, Ash?
Yeah, 100%. Anyone talking on the camera will be so fine, you know what I mean? It's just like people want to see normal people. People want to be relatable, you know. They want to relate to whatever they see on the screen. They want to relate to whatever business is going on. So yeah, like clean and polished can, like, you know, sometimes businesses do prefer to have that, you know, like formality, which is cool because that's what they're, you know, that's what they want to show. That's what their brand wants to be. But holding attention is different. And if, you know, holding attention is different, and, you know, relating to someone is like a complete different ballgame, right?
So come on, open up on holding attention, Ash. Like how you specifically with your editing, because I've landed on Gonzo's video. You sucked me in,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing things, and I'm like, I can't not scroll away. So like, what are you doing there?
Cuts, edits. It's all in the edit. It's all in the edit, man. Honestly, like I spent like over 4 years, no, way more than that, like 5 years of editing, over 5 years of editing, just like doing like small stuff, big projects and everything, from personal projects to like massive ones, right? And the way you keep the attention is just to do quick cuts, like cut it as quick as possible. It's like, you know, like any little gap, that's what I do. Any little gap, I just make sure it's like tied up or anything. But, you know, like you need to have that. It took years to like crack it. It took years to figure it out and how to do it properly. But the more cuts you have and the quicker it is, the more you're sucked in, the more you don't leave, you know?
Love that. Could you talk through your, I mean, obviously there's loads of people that you've helped. I just think because Gonzo's is a local Norwich, Norfolk based venue, that we can talk about them. Could you take us on the journey of like what you do with their video in terms of how you edit it? You've kind of got things on screen. What are we doing with music? How are we stopping the scroller? What do you do with Gonzo specifically? Because I think other businesses, Ash, they could perhaps look at that content and follow suit for their own organization.
Yeah. So the music is, you know, it's an arts venue, right? So it's a music venue. So the music is, you know, like quite a lot of, you know, like 80s or like, so, you know, 80s throwback stuff as well, like good vibes, basically good vibes, right? And, you know, that's one thing as well, because people like good vibes. And secondly, what did you say again? It was
how we're keeping attention. I really want to know how you're keeping people hooked on with Gonzo specifically, mate, because you've talked about like Mike when he like slams the table.
Yeah.
There's other elements like
so you've got your personality, you've got your music, and you've got the editing. I edit on Premiere Pro just so it's all super like precise. I can't edit on phones; it just doesn't work for me. I don't know why. But if it's like a quick video, yeah, it can be done. But like when it's Premiere, it's super precise. You can literally like cut to the frame that you want. And yeah, I'll go through there, and yeah. So there's I can't explain it because it's been years of like doing it, but yeah, it's like it's all in the edit for me, to be honest. When you say specifically what it is, it's all in the edit, and make it as like quick and snappy as possible. Maybe some sound effects as well. Sound effects always do well. like even little mini sound effects, or like also as well. Subtitles are a big thing. Captions are a massive thing. So when you see text on the screen, that's when you've still got that attention as well. That's when you're still holding attention, rather than when you don't have text on the screen. You can see it all as well. If you have like a, when you see insights and like how your video is done, you can see when people have skipped, or when people or when people stay. So like I've kind of noticed, like when you do captions, people stay because they read more.
Yes, yes.
And when it isn't, if someone's volume's off, they can just scroll past it. So it's really important to have captions.
Yeah, you can tell now, Ash, like the implementation of captions is getting more and more popular, and rightly so. And people are getting more experimental with like big sort of word bangs, if you like, rather than just this kind of boring scrolling all one font thing. And that's again another thing that you do incredibly well. Sound effects again. I was on the Instagram edits app the other day, and I'd noticed that they've brought in sound effects, crash bang wallop type thing, like because they know that that's what keeps people's attention. But yet a business won't do that because they might see it as cringy. But that's the critical thing, like keeping people's attention. So Ash, to kind of conclude, I really want to ask you about the mistakes that people make. What are all of the reasons why, let's go back to that first question, videos suck on social media? What are the things that people are doing wrong?
Because the viewer's brain is always constantly asking, is it relevant to me? Like, is it worth spending my energy on? Is this new or surprising to me, And it's like if content doesn't answer those questions that quick, then people just scroll, I suppose. And you, like I said, you got to be relatable, you've got to be new and surprising, and it's got to be someone's worth someone's while, right?
Are videos too long? Is that a mistake that people?
Yes, 100%. Videos are way too long. I even struggle myself. There's so much like to talk about. Sometimes like someone's talking for like 5 minutes, and I'm thinking, God, I'm gonna have to cut this down to 30 seconds. Half the time I can't even cut it down to 30 seconds. If it's like a lot of information on that, I can't. But people, scroll like every, like, within the first 10 seconds.
Wow.
So it is hard. It is hard, but if you edit it in a way, if you like present it in a way that's gonna keep viewers' attention, then yeah. But there's a whole thing behind it, man. There's a lot behind it, and like over so many years, we've kind of realized like kind of tips and tricks that you can do to like make it work and make that kind of person stop scrolling and actually like pay attention a bit more.
Is there a specific? I guess there's not really, but is there a rough kind of go-to time or length that you would recommend when people start out with social first video? Is it, because I know you said 5 minutes, way too long. Some people would unbelievably still probably think that that's quite short. What's the rough advice around timings, Ash?
Around 30 seconds, absolute maximum.
30 seconds,
absolute max if you can. If you're trying to get something quick out there, 15 to 20 seconds. But they're saying that there's also like a bit of a surge with long form content now, which is wicked. Like we did a promo for a night the other day. Me and a couple of the DJs, we did like a promo for a night for Outlook Festival's club tour down at Gonzo's, and we thought, let's change it up and let's just do like a little mini skit instead. And it was like a 1 minute long skit. Like I was like anything a minute, like anything like over. No, it was like a minute and 30 even. It was a minute and 30 seconds. I was like, I don't want to make it a minute and 30 seconds, but we were thinking, yeah, you know what, let's just do it, see what happens, like see how if people do watch it. And it got really good traction as well. Like there is like also like a long form, long form is coming back for sure.
See, that fascinates me, Ash, because like 1 minute 30, so many people will think that's way too short, and I'm totally with you, mate. But isn't that unbelievable that that's how much like lengths have been getting shorter and shorter when it comes to social first videos? So
you know what, it is kind of sad, but that is just how our brains are wired now. Like we need attention, we need it quick, unfortunately. Like, 100%. And like the next generation, they don't really have much patience with it. So and neither do we, unfortunately. So
very true.
It is just unfortunately like we do have to we do have to accept that and think, okay, cool, let's go. Like surprise, excitement, go.
Ash, where can people do business with you, sir? Because I mean, I've And by the way, I'll say at this stage as well, go and check out Gonzo's Tea Room video content on social media, and you will see why Ash is the go-to guy here. Like brilliant stuff. Where can people connect with you, Ash? Do you have an email or a LinkedIn or anything like that?
Yeah, I do. Thank you so much, by the way, Chris. It means a lot. So on Instagram you can find me at Ash C Visuals. You can check out some of the work I've been doing on Gonzo's Tea Room. And yeah, I've got a website as well, ashcvisuals.com. If you want to reach out, please give me a shout. I'm all ears. Love to have a chat. Yeah, always open.
Amazing stuff. Ash, thanks so much for your time and wisdom today. Really appreciate it.
Nice one, mate. Cheers.
And thank you so much to everyone that's watching live, watching back, listening back. If you've enjoyed this conversation with Ash, please do get involved in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up on YouTube, a 5-star review on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. And get in touch with Ash if you want some attention, keyword, grabbing video content. See you this time.